Welcome to Days at Dogwood Canyon, a nature podcast brought to you by Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center in Cedar Hill, Texas. This is a podcast that will take you into our 200-acre wildlife preserve in the heart of the DFW Metroplex. Take a quick weekly break with us and get outside with the fresh air, the trees, and of course, the birds. My name is Kiersten and I'm Center Coordinator Community Programs here at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. Welcome, listeners, to our Days at Dogwood Canyon podcast. This is a podcast about nature, birds, plants, and us. We will talk about how we all rely on each other to live our best lives. In this episode, we're discussing the elephant in the room, or the parking lot per se. In front of our building is a grassy area that many of our visitors think we just don't mow because of, well, whatever reason they think we don't mow it. But that area is actually planted specifically to look the way it does. It is a pocket prairie. A pocket prairie is a smaller version of a large prairie habitat. It's a great way to experience a specific habitat on a smaller scale. It also helps to restore lost habitat, such as the Blackland Prairie, which is what our pocket prairie is based upon. So let's talk for a moment about the Blackland Prairie. Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center is located in the ecoregion of Texas known as the Blackland Prairie. This region runs from just southwest of San Antonio to just south of the Oklahoma border. It's kind of a thin comma-shaped area that includes East Austin and runs between Fort Worth and Dallas to a few miles short of the Oklahoma border. Dallas is within the Blackland Prairie, while Fort Worth is in the Cross Timbers ecoregion. So way back in the day, this area was a vast, majestic prairie land that included various species of grasses, such as little bluestem, sand lovegrass, plains bristlegrass, broom's edge bluegrass, inland sea oats, Texas cupgrass, prairie wild rye, just to name a few. It also included a variety of wildflowers, such as prairie verbena, Texas bluebonnet, tall goldenrod, showy milkweed, American basket flower, Illinois bundleflower, just to name a few. This habitat contained a wide variety of native plants that hosted a wide variety of wildlife. Bison and pronghorn antelope used to migrate from San Antonio to Manitoba, Canada, right through the Blackland Prairie. They relied on the grass that grew throughout the year. This habitat also played a vital role in bird migration. Dickcissels, painted, and indigo buntings relied on this prairie to support them during the spring and summer breeding seasons. It was also an excellent stopover for insect-eating birds flying further north for the summer. This prairie thrived on a cycle of warm winters, warmer summers, with periods of drought and flooding. Seasonal fires swept through every 3 to 5 years, keeping the trees and shrubs from encroaching too far into the grasslands and invigorating the wildflowers and grasses. These plants were made to respond to fire, and it helped kickstart their survival. We no longer live with the 12.6 millions of acres that the Blackland Prairie used to cover. With human settlement, fire suppression protocols, ranching and agriculture, and introduction of exotic invasive plant species, we have lost all but 1%. That is 5,000 acres of the original Blackland Prairie. This prairie habitat is part of our history, part of our Texas culture, and it is all but extinct. Now you may be thinking, why should we care about some grass? Well, besides being an irreplaceable habitat that supports some of the most amazing animals in Texas, it also helps produce oxygen for all of us to breathe. The deep roots of these native grasses help store carbon in the ground, which reduces the amount in the air. Less carbon in the air means only good things for us, like cooler summers again. Remember those days when you could go outside in August and not burst into flames? Now, since we, Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center, are part of National Audubon, whose mission is to protect wild spaces for birds, we have decided to take a step to bring back the Blackland Prairie lands. We may not be able to get the millions of acres back the way they used to be, but we can keep the Blackland Prairie from extinction, and that is what our small pocket prairie in front of our building in Cedar Hill does. We are offering a small piece of this land back to nature for the use of our painted buntings, which we do get every spring, our rat snakes, and various important invertebrates that we simply can't live without. And we're doing it where our visitors can see it and learn about our native Blackland Prairie heritage. To quote Bill Neiman, founder of Native American Seed Company, located right here in Texas, the ways of native prairie provide infinite gifts. These prairie plants create the foundation of life on Earth, converting sunlight into energy that feeds all creatures down the line, including our native Texas wildlife. All of our colorful native and migratory birds, high soaring bald eagles, low gliding red-tailed hawks down to the ground wild turkeys, mourning and white-winged doves, quail, vermilion flycatchers, ruby-throated hummingbirds, and even plain old meadowlarks. All of our native pollinators, from the 80-plus species of bumblebees in Texas to the epic long-distance transnational travels of the quietly disappearing monarchs. Prairies provide sustenance for our apex predators too, like mountain lions, bears, down to coyotes and fox." End quote. Now, who doesn't want more of that? So what can you do? Get outside and experience what is left of this habitat for yourself. See its simple beauty. Visit our pocket prairie here at Dogwood Canyon and ask questions. We are happy to answer questions. Share this knowledge with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. Then look at your yard and your garden. Do you have room to plant some native Blackland Prairie grasses and wildflowers in your yard? I bet you do. Let us help you find what will be perfect for you and help save our Blackland Prairie from extinction. We no longer live with the 12.6 millions of acres that the Blackland Prairie used to cover.